much more. Let me introduce my topic, which is somatotyping theory and physiognomy theory. Today, we are going to discuss those theory referring to body types or physics of a person. So let us start. I think already have an idea about somatotyping theory, but if not, later on you will know it. As you can see, the illustration shows the three body types. We will tackle about that later. So first, what is somatotyping theory? Somatotyping theory is the classifying of people into types according to body build. It's referring to the human his/her types of body. Next, let us know who started the study of somatotyping theory. Somatotype is the distinctive body types, personality characteristics, and criminal behavior to the body types. Here, the first one, he is William Sheldon. William H. Sheldon Jr. is an American psychologist and physician who devised his own group of somatotypes. Somatotype theory is most commonly associated with William Sheldon. Sheldon's somatotype theory established three basic body types, the endomorph, mesomorph, and ectomorph. This shows the three body types by William Sheldon. First, the endomorph. It is fat, usually short, and having difficulty losing weight. This is described as outgoing, friendly, happy, and laid back, but lazy and selfish. Those are the one we see around that is obvious for the meaning mentioned right now. Endomorph is what we called mataba. Second, the mesomorph person is physically powerful, aggressive, and athletic physics, but tends more than others to be involved in illegal behavior, as mentioned by Adler et al. 2010. So that is according to Sheldon. He said the muscle man, they are strong, but easy to involve in illegal behavior. Mesomorph is what we call musculado. Third, the ectomorph. The skinny, weak, and usually tall with low testosterone levels. Described as intelligent, gentle, and calm, but self-conscious, introverted, and anxious. Ectomorph is what we call mapayat. Remember that Sheldon did not specify whether the endomorph and ectomorph may commit crime, but he said the mesomorph person are the group of people having the greatest or the highest tendency to commit crime. In other words, the endomorph and ectomorph by Sheldon may also commit crime, but not as frequent of those mesomorphic people. The word somatotyping is trying to characterize a person based on his/her physics or physical structure, but on the area of somatotyping theory, relating the body figure or the body physics to behavior and criminality. There are people who are trying to explain that the physics of the body of a person may expect well of his health, attitude, behavior, something like that. But in criminology, when we say somatotyping theory, we are relating to body physics to a particularly criminal behavior. And it became with the work of German psychiatrist and neurologist, psychopathologist Ernst Kretschmer. He studied the human wherein they have problem to brain or they have an abnormal brain like that. To Ernst Kretschmer, he have four body physics. According to him, there are the asthenic, athletic, picnic, and dysplastic. When we say asthenic, the lean, slightly built, and narrow shoulder. Second, the athletic, the medium to tall, strong, muscular, and coarse bone. Third, the picnic. On the other hand, referring to medium height, rounded figure, massive neck, and broad face, as mentioned by Adler and Company. On the other hand, he also called the dysplastic figure. It is malproportioned body, a combination of any of the above. The vice versa. Again, if you are going to relate that with the body types of William Sheldon, we have the athletic compared to mesomorph, picnic considered to endomorph, and asthenic compared to the ectomorph of William Sheldon. So as psychiatrist mentioned, Kretschmer relate these body shapes to various psychiatric disorder. Picnic, they have the manic depression, asthenic and athletic, to schizophrenia. According to Merriam-Webster, manic depression is also known bipolar, also called bipolar disorder. Any of psychological disorder of moods, characterized usually by alternating episode of depression and mania. And for the schizophrenia talks about the brain. Schizophrenia, it is also called dementia praecox, a mental disorder that is characterized by disturbed sense and thought such as delusion, perception such as hallucination, and behavior such as disorganized speech or catatonic behavior. By a loss of emotional responsiveness and extreme apathy, the level of functioning in everyday life. Next, Sheldon Glowick and Eleanor T. Glowick, they supported Sheldon's idea in their article, 10 Years of Unraveling Juvenile Delinquency. This article seems to be the greatest improvements, or the basic improvements of both Kretschmer and Sheldon's categorization of body physics. On the other hand, Professor Lucy Weasley de Pertus, distinguished authority in the field, who was a trained anthropologist, is lavish in his praise of the work of Glowick couples. According to Glowick and Glowick showed that they found out 60.1% of the delinquents were found to be mesomorph, with relative predominance of muscle, bone, and connective tissue, and 14.4% of the delinquents were found to be ectomorphic, with relative predominance of linearity and fragility in proportion to their mass with the greatest surface area, and hence relatively the greatest sensory exposure to the outside world. The mesomorphic is the muscle man is the most delinquent to commit crime. Now, we have Ernest A. Houghton, in the other hand, an American physical anthropologist. He examined the relationship between personality and physical types with regards to criminal behavior. Now, Ernest Houghton, he studied specific unlike to Sheldon, Glowick, and Kretschmer about disorder, Sheldon about behavior of human possibility involvement to criminal symptom Glowick. But we have Ernest Houghton, it's literally specific definition what crime they can committed. He believed in Lambras's theory of the born criminal, according to which criminals could be identified based on their physical characteristics. Houghton suggested specifically the types of crime a person will commit. Number 1, tall, slender men are predisposed for murder and robbery. Number 2, tall, medium, heavy men for forgery. Number 3, tall, heavy men for first-degree murder. Number 4, medium height, heavy for antisocial behavior. Number 5, short, slender for burglary and larceny. Number 6, short, medium, heavy for arson. While 7, short, heavy men for sex offenses. So let's proceed. We are here on the another topic, which is the study of physiognomy. First thing, the origin of the word physiognomy. Well, it is taken from the ancient Greek word. Nomos, it means character, and the word physis means nature. It can be said that physiognomy is literally defined as the character of one's nature, meaning, based on your nature, what is your character? In the Middle English, they have the word physiognomy. From Anglo-French, physiognomy. From late Latin, physiognomia. From the Greek, physiognomonia. Again, from physiognomon to physiognomy, which means judging character by the features. Okay, so you are going to determine whether a person is good or bad based on his/her physical features. Well, in relation to whether a person is good or bad, we have some proponents of physiognomy, meaning the person has created a study of physiognomy. With understanding of the judging of one's character based on his/her natural feature. We have the mathematician Pythagoras, and he was the astronomer also. And according to Encyclopedia Britannica, Pythagoras was accepting and rejecting students based on how gifted they look. Now, we have Aristotle, the one of the most well-known of ancient time. Aristotle's earliest known systematic treatise in physiognomy is attributed to him. and he devoted 6 chapters of the consideration of the method of study. He looked on the general signs of the character and particular appearance characteristics of the disposition, of strength and weaknesses, of the stupidity and genius, or genius and stupidity. Further, Aristotle examined the character derived from the different features, from the color, hair, body, limbs, and voice. Okay, so we have also Giambattista della Porta, an Italian physician and natural philosopher. According to Porta, a thief had large lips and sharp vision. He started the school of physiognomy. Okay, so based on his see from the human body character, come up with the facial features and their relation to human behavior. So if you have enlarged lips and sharp vision, you are a robbery, said by Giambattista. So how did Porta describe criminal? His widely disseminated book on the subject De Humana Physiognomia, meaning physiognomy of human. The illustration is from the book depict human and animal head side by side, implying that people who look like an animal, particular animals, have those creation traits. So further later on, 2 centuries later, here comes Johann Caspar Lavater. Okay, he was a Swiss writer and Protestant pastor, and he tried to revive the work of Porta, and he was the one who believed in Bible. So he published his essay on physiognomy. According to Lavater's, while practically saying people with animal look, okay, may behave like an animal. However, they have different standards of judging one's character based on her feature. Okay, so according to Lavater, there are the people who may prone to committing crime according to him. So today, scholars are still studying the science of faces and how different traits, features, and disposition affects us. It's well established that faces with rounded contours are attractive because they have childlikeness and evokes parental instincts, what we call baby face. People less likely to commit premeditated crime, and if you've got an angular face, you are probably a criminal. We not literally believe, but already have in our nature that tend to judge people based on their appearances. We always relate that ugly person is having a bad attitude, beautiful character, and handsome too. But we didn't notice that's our judgment actually. Found out later that the ugly person we call like a classmate, seatmate, or somebody or someone, it is a very kind of person. So before we will end this topic, a wisdom from the Word of God, 2 Corinthians chapter 11, verse 13 to 14. It said, "For such men are false apostles, deceitful workers, masquerading as apostles of Christ. And no wonder, for Satan himself masquerades as an angel of light." And from the Word of God, just a reminder, do not judge a person based on her physical feature or appearances. More or less, there is goodness in their heart. So that's all for today. Thank you for listening. I hope you learned a lot. Thank you, and God bless.